Hello everybody, and thank you for tuning into Carolyn's Cooking Corner. Today we're making a chocolate French dessert which is called a chocolate souffle. Now the people who are going to be helping me make this dessert is my two friends Alexia and Val. Hi, how you doing?
Good, how are you?
Excited to cook today.
Good. Okay, now the first thing that you have to do is separate 7 eggs. The whites, take that, from the yolks. Here you go. Now, Val, why don't you go put the whites into the microwave for 10 seconds so they can get down to room temperature.
Okay.
They have to be that way or else the dessert just won't come out right. Okay, now while she's doing that, after she's done bringing them down to room temperature, we want to prepare the 1/3 cup of sugar and the pinch of salt. And after she's done bringing them down to room temperature, we want to get the 1/3 cup of sugar and the pinch of salt. And then after that, you want to add them all into this glass bowl. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
And then after you add them into this glass bowl, you want to beat it until they're in stiff peaks. So I'm going to do that right now. Okay, so now Val, or Alexia, whichever one wants to do this, you could add in the sugar and the salt into the egg whites.
Okay.
And then we're going to beat them. Thank you, Val.
You're welcome.
And now we're going to start beating the eggs. And then you can tell them when they're done is that when the 2 peaks form and some of it is still on the whisk. That was tiring. I strongly recommend that you get a hand mixer because now my hand really hurts. Well, now since that was going for about like 20 minutes, but if you get an electric mixer it only takes like 10. Now, what we're going to do is put the chocolate into the double boiler. Val, why don't you go do that?
Okay.
And then Alexia, while she's adding that chocolate, you can cut that into 2 tablespoons. Okay, now you want to add the 1/2 stick of butter into the double boiler with the chocolate, and the other half we're going to use to butter this dish. This thing has to be fully coated or else the souffle will stick and you won't be able to get it out of this thing. Now, after you butter the dish, you have to coat it with sugar, even around the rims, which is this part. How are you doing with the chocolate, Val?
Okay. You have to stir this occasionally.
Okay, now we're going to start sugaring the bowl. But first, hey Val, I think that chocolate's melted.
Okay.
So you can bring it over now.
Okay.
Now, sugaring the bowl means that you're just coating the bowl with sugar and tapping out the excess. So. You want to make sure that you dump all the sugar into the bowl, and then you might want to do this over a sink or a garbage can. Now you want to make sure that even the little nooks and crannies of this bowl are coated, because it's going to turn into brulee, which is just sugar melted and caramelized. You just want to do this very carefully. You don't want to get this all over you, because then that would be bad. Okay, now the bowl is all sugared. So now, next thing you want to do is that you want to add the yolks into the chocolate. Alexia, why don't you do that? Okay, now you want to make sure that the yolks and the chocolate are well incorporated with each other. Next thing that you want to do after that's all done is add the chocolate yolk mixture. Okay, what I mean by well incorporated is that you just want to make sure that all the ingredients come together properly. And then once they do that, you just want to add the chocolate yolk mixture into the fluffy egg whites. How's that coming, girls?
It's coming good.
In fact, it's done. So then, just add that in there. Now, you don't want to stir this in because then the egg whites will drop and then it won't come right either. You want to make sure that you get all of this out, and then you don't want to mix it because then the egg whites will fall. You want to fold this into the egg whites because you don't want the egg whites to fall and then it won't be a meringue. It'll just be a fluffy white mess. Now you want to add this mixture into the souffle bowl, which I'm going to do now. And after this is all poured in, you want to throw it immediately into the oven. Okay. You could use pot holders or oven mitts. Now we're going to throw this into the oven, which we already preheated to 350 degrees. Now make sure that the souffle is placed right in the center of the oven so it can bake evenly. Okay, girls, now we just put the souffle in the oven. Now we have to let it bake for 22 minutes or until we insert the stick and it comes out cleanly.
Wow, I can't wait till it's done.
Yeah, it smells great.
Okay, now while I'm waiting with these two girls, you have to be very quiet or else the souffle can drop. That's just not just a little wives' tale that people tell you. It's true. Okay, girls, I think that your hunger is about to be quenched because this thing is done. Now, we have to check it. This is the ultimate test. If it comes out clean, it's done. If it doesn't, back in the oven.
Oh, look, it's clean.
It's clean. Okay. Bon appetit, and we're ready to eat it. Okay, now we're just gonna cut it. Now we're gonna cut it into fours, but you don't have to. You could also serve this with whipped cream or melted vanilla bean ice cream, or anything you want actually. And now it's time to judge. There we go. Ta-da! Now it's time for the moment of truth. Let's see what my judges have to say.
It's delicious.
Fantastic.
Yes! Magnifique! Okay, now tune in for next time at Carolyn's Cooking Corner.